Hello. Welcome back, everybody, to Everyday Conversation. It's your girl, Isha. Over there, over there is Brittany Bates, the boss. Everything great, everything on top of the game. And we are back. Happy holidays, guys.
Yes.
Happy Sunday, you guys. I hope everybody is preparing well for these holidays. Everybody's healthy, feeling good. So we up here today and we're doing questions by some of our supporters. And let me rewind it back a little bit. Make sure you guys are commenting. Thank you for commenting. Thank you guys for sharing. Please
Yes.
share. Please like. Thank you guys for liking. And if you guys have not taking
Already
cool.
peaked a
Here's
little bit.
this little, got the little black hat to match, Brittany over there with the band, we trying to make it happen. You feel me? So make sure you guys are liking our shirts, everyday conversations we hear. And if you guys like what you see, please make sure you guys are going to Cash App. It's $Brit and Ish, BRITT, Isha, ESHE, all together.
It's one T.
It's one T.
It's $Brit, BRIT, Isha, ESHE.
Okay.
We still talking too.
Okay. Cool. So we're gonna go to Brittany because she's gonna tell us our first question.
Yes. So like she said, we put out a little thing on Instagram or on Facebook and asked you guys to ask us some questions on the ask.fm. If you have already sent some questions, thank you so much. If you haven't, you can go ahead and send the questions in the comment box. My mom said, "Are they for sale?" If we get enough people, honestly, that are interested in them, I've gotten someone else too. We will try to figure out what we can do to sell them. So
right, pre-orders.
I know you want a couple. Okay.
Thanks, Mom.
Yes, exactly.
Number one supporter.
Okay, so I'm gonna jump right into a question because we got a few, which is really good. We appreciate it. So our first question that I'm gonna ask is: do you ever wonder what people really want from you? And that could be relationships or friendships.
I wonder all the time. I think more so I wonder about friendships more than anything because like when people are too nice, I mean like, why they nice? Why they so nice to me? What do they want from me? So I wonder that all the time because you don't want to give your energy to the wrong people knowing that they want something else out of you. Exactly. And I've gone through the situation before. Now that I'm thinking about it, I love giving, I love supporting people, and I love, homeless children, things of that nature. And I had a partner one time, long story short, I kept on accepting the nonsense that she was giving me, knowing that she just wanted clout, basically. Yeah. And I was doing all the work and I'm looking like,
hello? Right.
So at the end of the day, I was just like, you know what, God, take this away from me if you want it to be gone. And probably a week later, she was gone. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. What about you?
I think it's super important to figure out. I always wonder with that, especially with friendships, especially now in our mindset where we're like, we got to clear the space. If the energy ain't the same, if we're not aligned, I need to know what it is. So I always think about that with friendships, but relationships too, definitely jumping back out and being single. I'm like, what are your intentions?
Right.
What do you want from me? Because it's just like, sometimes it's confusing. And that's why we talked about before in our last episode, like we need to be clear, like, what do you want? And it's also the person being honest too. Like, what are your intentions? What do you want from me? Because people can like steal your energy quickly, and it could drain you. It can make you feel away. It could just have you all types of emotions. So I always think about that. And then I hate to be the one that's always questioning it, but I'm always thinking in the back of my head, like, you said something, like, you really mean that.
Right. Overthinking sometimes though.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. And that kind of makes me feel like, am I allowing this person to be, it's like questioning, am I allowing this person to be all the way interested in me, or do I keep a little guard up? You know what I'm saying? And I think for a while you got to keep a little guard up.
It's a balance, equal balance.
Exactly. Another question was, are you mentally strong?
I think I am. I think no, I don't think I am. I know I am. I'm very mentally strong in certain areas. Let's just get that right, because there are certain areas where I'm not. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to me grinding and getting things done, I'm a little harder on myself than normal. But mentally, like, I'm there because I'm ready. I'm ready to be rich. So you gotta be mentally strong for that.
Yeah. I think lately I've been having some mental breakdowns, to be honest. And I feel like a lot of the times I am mentally strong, like for a long period of time. But when it's like the breakdown, I'm just like, not okay. And almost knocked something over. But I think honestly, it's like for me, I try to be as mentally strong as I can and try to find the right people that I can lean on. But it's
Mm.
tough sometimes. It's tough
But
being
you know what?
it's
It's
tough.
kind of, I'm about to do some spiritual things. You know how I am, right?
What you gotta
So the thing about like when those breakdowns come along the way, like when you feel like all hell done broke loose and sometimes it's unbearable, that's when a breakthrough is about to come.
right,
So
right.
that's where I'm learning, especially through like my walk with God and really processing a lot of things. Like I just be like, nope, can't do
Hmm.
it, can't handle it. Here you go, daddy. There you go.
Yeah,
Like here you go. I don't have time. So like when you know you can't handle certain things, just release it.
yeah. Oh yeah, that's what I've been working on. I was talking to my friend. I'm like, I gotta release this. I'm gonna release this, and I'm gonna know that I'm gonna be able to find a way. He's gonna find a way for me. I was just having a deep conversation with a friend last night. I'm just like, it's too much. But
Mm-hmm.
like after talking it out, figuring out I just need to breathe and just take my time on it. That I can't do it all at one time. That's all it is. Take a break. Have a
Take a
second.
break.
So
Right.
mentally strong, I would say yes, and like everyone else, there's just moments where I just
Break
got
down.
yeah, and I got to restart. Where was that feedback? There was one where someone had said that they are enjoyed our conversations and it was like a conversation they were having with their friends. So I do appreciate that. I also had some feedback from my aunt, like I said earlier, that she really enjoyed the show. One of the guys on my Instagram said that he enjoyed the show as well and that he wanted to ask a question about things that made us happy. What made us happy? What made us upset? Things like that. So, what makes you happy while I try to find the actual question that he says?
What makes me happy? I'm like a OD like weirdo when it comes to like how like people be like, oh, big things make me happy. I'm like more so a laid back person when it comes to that, especially like as I get older. So me having a good meal,
Mm-hmm.
me having a good coffee, because I'm from New Haven, Connecticut. A lot of us, a good 75% of us cannot go without coffee.
Can't function
So
without it.
no. And it's not to keep us up. It's just the taste. Okay. So if I have a good cup of coffee, like that's really the highlight of my day. Like that's what makes me happy. Giving,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a giver. So me giving to people, that's my happiness right there. Like
Yeah,
it's nothing.
I feel like you said, small things make me happy. Me listening to music all day can make me happy, no matter what the genre is, no matter if it's a sad, happy song, whatever. Music makes me happy. Um, Talking to my mom, talking to my parents, my dad too, makes me happy. Being able to just, I think, without them even knowing what's wrong with you, just having a conversation with them is really releasing, and it can be.
Mm-hmm.
And then just spending time with my friends and my mom. Shout out to my mom for asking a question. She said, "What is your goal for the show?" Our goal for the show is to blow up. Okay. No, but seriously, I know we
But
talked before.
it's
Yeah, we definitely want to make this a big thing. But I think before we talked about how it's just to create a space that's comfortable for everybody to come in and talk about the things that you talk among your friends. So
right.
being able to make it big, like having our name and our words heard all over the world.
Right. Especially with the one of the supporters when they said it's just like talking to your friend or it's like you're talking to a friend. That's what it is. It's
Mhm.
nothing more, nothing less than that. We would just want people to be comfortable to say, okay, we want to talk to Isha and Brittany.
Yeah.
Like, let's go on a show and talk to them. Maybe it could be a healing situation. I know, like, in the beginning when we first started, I think it was probably like 4 episodes in, and we went into different um when we did the 10, 40, 50, and
Hmm.
it was really therapeutic for both of us simply
Hmm.
because we were just like, yo, wait, oh wait,
Mind blowing.
yeah. So that's what we want. We really want people to like if you about to jump off a roof and you need somebody to talk to, come on a show.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Just talk to us. Yeah, and I think it's very, like you said, very therapeutic for us too, because in the beginning we were so like, oh, let's jump in, we're gonna do this. And a little bit of our time, most recently, we got kind of intense where we're like, we got so like into like the the structure
The
of trying to
structure.
get an interviewee, and we want this to
This
be a conversation.
right.
So we're kind of getting back to like just have a conversation. Don't make it so intense because it's gonna make it just makes the show very intense. We're just gonna
Stressful.
make it, yeah. It's supposed to be a fun thing for us, and it
Right.
turned in a couple episodes ago like of just being reckless. Okay? But we definitely are trying to make this just a household name, household
Right.
podcast. He also asked, back to this question real quick. He also asked, how hard is it to bring you back from being mad back to happy? I think it takes a minute. I had talked to him because I really need some time. Like for me, I just needed some time to be by myself, and breathe it out. Let me talk it out by myself. And when I come back, I mean, we're good. I just need space. For me, it's just space. I can't tell you how long it takes though.
I think it depends on the situation too.
Mm-hmm.
It really depends on the situation. It depends on who I may be mad at the time, or what space I am mad at the time. Because certain situations, certain spaces, you just can't leave.
Yeah.
So you kind of gotta like reroute it.
True. Yeah.
So it depends on the situation, depend on the people. I know for me, I got to talk it out. I gotta talk it out in my mind, because I could be mad off of my mother just saying something, and I'll just be like,
yeah.
And I have to come back like, Isha, nope, stop. And then I come back. So now, because I'm working on it, it doesn't take as long. It probably could take like 30 minutes for me to reroute.
I think that my mom said fun can have structure. That's very true. We're trying to find the balance of having structure and not making it so intense to like it's a super interviewee where we're just having the conversation. But what I was gonna say is, oh yeah, so in relationships, I like to talk it out in the moment, but I still need space. But I do like to talk it out in the moment. I feel like sometimes in friendships, I'm just like, give me a second. Because I just be, and you've seen it before. I'm just like,
yeah, you shut down. You shut down. You don't want to talk to nobody.
Give me some time, and then maybe later I want to come talk about it. But it's for me, it's just like, let's just wait it out.
I already know.
A love question, which I know you love because you're a lovey person. What is the most common misconception about love that you know, and how are you going to debunk it?
Perfect.
Perfection.
And this, I think that has a lot to do with our age group and the age group that's under us. And it started from, mommy and daddy, the generation that was up from us. But mainly because a lot of times in households, it's like no one has been shown that an argument is just argument. And that
discussion.
It's a discussion. Yeah. Exactly. That we can sit down. You made a mistake, but that's okay. It wasn't a mistake that would ruin our family, or wasn't a mistake that would make me not trust you. But it was a mistake. That's what a relationship is. And I think a lot of times,
hey, don't blame us. She's not blaming you, Mom.
No. Listen, I'm even saying from, my family, you feel me? I could even go as far as, great grandmother in certain situations.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
Too. I don't mean to cut you off, but it's so many things that people will go, they'll be at our level and they'll be like, oh, my mom and dad didn't do this. So this is what, but like so many generations before, if they didn't see it, then
they didn't do it.
If they didn't see it, then they can't do it. If they didn't do it, they can't do it. It's like, people don't understand.
Bam.
Yeah, and how it has to be a time where you are, and I always bring up this situation about my mom, but like when you talk about the generational curses and breaking them, and how when she was on, we talked about how the affection that she received from her parents, they didn't.
But she broke it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That right there, like just making the conscious effort to want to break some of the generational curses is a step forward. But there's so many things that go through in our childhood that form us and make us to the people that we are right now. That we don't even know. It's deep.
And then I think that that's where it comes in with the relationship thing, because now when we get in a relationship we're uniting, we're becoming one, putting two whole people together. But the misconception is two whole people ain't coming together nine times out of 10 these days. It's like 75%, half. So when they come together and there's all this bickering and one person do one thing, it's over.
Yeah.
But
People
yet
healing.
no one's healing, and that's the problem. So if you're not going to come in whole, then don't be in a relationship. And then if you come in and you have 75%, that person has 50%, and you know that person has 50%, the other person has 75%, don't get mad when you guys run into problems.
And don't try to fix them. Don't make it your thing. Oh my God, that's so heavy.
That's so heavy.
Don't make it your responsibility for someone else's stuff, issues, whatever. Right. Yeah. And that's so it's easy to say, but it's super hard when you're in a relationship. Because you're like, you know what? I could help you.
Especially for women.
Yeah,
for women. Exactly. We are fixer uppers.
Talk to your family. Talk to your mom. It's okay. Like, no. If they don't find it in their heart to try to make whatever the situation work, it's not your job.
Right.
Your job. And that's
yeah. And we have we need to stop looking at movies. We need to stop looking at social media and just looking at these pictures of these couples, and they're so beautiful. And I'm all for Black love. Like, I love those pictures.
But comparing it.
But don't sit up there and say, their life is perfect, because it ain't. Because first of all, it's a filter. Let's get it right. And there's nothing perfect about it. And I think that's the perception of love.
This is where taking control of who you are comes into play. Sometimes you don't see it, but you gotta want it. True.
Very.
Here said yes. Oh yes, merch. Yes, girl. Pow pow. And my mom said not everyone knows they're not coming in whole. Very true.
Very true.
They're good. I feel
right.
Like I'm not worried about this. My childhood issues are not bothering me until you get to the situation. And you're like, why you don't know how to communicate? Why can't you express your feelings without yelling?
Why don't you know how to share? Why don't you know how to, if you're going to get something to eat and you coming home, don't you think you should have?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
Like taking someone into consideration, not just being so selfish. Yeah.
So it's a lot of things that go into that.
That was a little heavy, but I'm going to flip it real quick. Name 5 things that you love about yourself.
Okay, so I am ambitious. I'm very sociable person. I consider myself very smart, loving. And I feel like I'm kind of like a, what do you call it? Is it a chameleon? What is it? I could just adapt to any situation, whether it's a hood situation. Now, I ain't gonna say I'm gonna get too hood. I can get hood, but I can't get too hood now. You start fighting. Not doing it. Okay.
Can't do it.
But yeah, I think that was 5 things. What about you?
Let me think. No. I love the fact that I can be so helpful. Right. Being social.
Very.
I love my problem solving ability. Sometimes I do enjoy my smile.
Okay.
And what was that for?
That was 4. I could throw in 1 if you want me to. I'm gonna do like a leadership ability. You do have leadership ability, which is really good. I think you don't have to push you to do anything. You definitely just do it at your own will.
Thanks, friend. Is that push right there though? Okay. Let's see. What's something that's easy to get into but hard to get out of? This.
You know what? Situationships, I think, are more deadlier than actually relationships. Because I done been in 2. The first one, I was like,
it's the attachment
and
for me.
and I think because I was like, I was like hooked because God, please don't get mad. Please don't get. I'm trying to think about what I'm saying. I want to say it the right way. So the guy, he was very, very good looking. Okay, very, very attractive man. Okay, it wasn't supposed to happen like that. Okay, it wasn't supposed to
Right.
happen, but it happened, and I got hooked. Like he would say stuff, and I would believe him like a dummy. I would be mad. He answered the phone a day and a half in a row. Okay, listen.
In a situationship?
And it's a situation shit. And I see him and he'll smile at me. The whole mind
Go
went.
crazy. It just
I'd be like, I ain't talking to him.
Right. And then you see him, you be like, hey.
It's like
yes.
it was worse than a relationship because
it can be.
It didn't matter what the situation was. I would believe him. Girl.
The situationships are so bad because like you have that, you're like teetering that line of like you can't really question a lot of stuff.
Right.
That's not what we're doing right now.
Right.
So you want to question sometimes, but then when it comes back, I'm not trying to get questioned. So it's like that level of like, what you doing? Like tell me without me having to ask you.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that's not how situations work. Kiera said I love a situationship.
You can have them. You can have them.
They accidentally start loving it here and not wanting to leave because it's toxic as hell. Yes. That's the part. The toxic people be keeping people in situationship. Although people be like, I hate being toxic, bro. That's what keeps you in it.
And this is the thing. And the thing about it is like when the person that's toxic and the other person that's not toxic be like, yo, I want to get out of this. Like, I'm good.
But normally, we good. Coming to situationships are toxic. Okay, because if you're coming into a situationship, you're toxic. Because you're not ready to fully commit to a relationship. That's a toxic trait. Okay, so both of y'all,
or you wanted to just play around a little bit.
You wanted to just play around. You just wanted to come in, fit in.
Exactly, and I think at my point, I was just like, "Ooh, he just yummy," and then when I was like, "Yo, I'm over this. Like, I don't want to do this." When baby mama started to get involved.
Trying to leave.
And then that's what I'm saying. They come back in and with him and that smile, and he had locks, girl. I was all messed up. But go ahead. What's the next one, Sean?
Situationships is going to be an episode.
Right.
Here's a question. How do you break the ice when approaching the opposite sex after you've introduced yourself?
I'll usually just smile.
Break the ice how? What's the break the ice?
Break the ice because sometimes it'd be like an awkward silence. It really does.
I think it's awkward sometimes because people aren't.
They're not compatible. That's how I feel.
They're not compatible, but they also could be not clear on their emotions. Like imagine somebody liking somebody, the other person doesn't, or they both like each other, not knowing how to express it. I seen a TikTok the other day, and it was like, this is my toxic behavior when someone likes me, but they don't show me that they like me. So then I stop liking them to get them to like me. It's just like, it's toxic.
Yeah. And then that is very toxic.
And then by the time you want the person, they're like, I'm done with you.
Right. Because I've had that happen to me so many times. And that's aggravating. Like first of all, this is how you know I like you. Let me give y'all a little speed, right? So if like the first time you see me, I look a little crazy. And especially because like I always get all my exes usually was guys I worked with, right? Mm-hmm. So if I come to work bomb every day, makeup, and then I don't have no special occasion. Yeah, like always nice, always smile. I'm always nice. I'm always smiling, but it's a special going on.
A little extra early before
a little extra. You feel me?
A little bit more time to get yourself together.
and you still don't notice, I'm going on to the next person. And that always happens to me. And then once you see, like, I guess the other guys, when they see you having a little bit more,
now they want you.
And now they want to go, oh, ask questions.
Mm-hmm.
Bye. I don't got no more energy for you no more.
Yeah, that's a fact. Dang it, I had the next question. Oh yeah, can men and women be friends if they've had a sexual past? Can you be friends now?
Yes, I have one.
Yeah, I think you be friends now too. I think the temptation is strong when you see each other though. That's a fight.
No, not for me.
If you was to go visit somebody, and I'm saying this because I know you. To go visit somebody, you're not gonna tell me that temptation is in there. You a liar. You a liar.
You the devil.
You a liar. Okay,
I
because
got
I
a piece
know.
of got a piece of wig in my mouth.
Yeah, I know temptation is real. So, Kira said, "Because I belong to the streets, sir." Stop. Just have a conversation. Yeah, about the whole intention to have a conversation. And she said, "Hell no." Was that to the can men and women, can they be friends? She says no after sex. Yeah, it's always going it can, not always, it can turn into situationship if we're being honest.
Right.
That's if we're being honest. um Dang, I probably should have screenshotted some of the feedback. But we did get some good feedback from people. We appreciate y'all. Continue to like, share, comment. If you do want to ask a question, you can do it in the comment box or ask.fm. It's the link on our Facebook pages. Let me ask a couple more questions before we wrap this up. Also, before we ask another question, if you have someone that is an entrepreneur, a business person, artist, singer,
Right.
baker, cook, whatever, let us know about them. We want to interview them for our Entrepreneur Wednesdays. Kira said, yes, they can be friends, but I don't think if we pass that point, I won't want them anyway, besides a friend. Yeah.
What about you know what? I got your thing up. So I don't know if we should say this one about the can men and women be friends if they have no. It was another one that I wanted to
There's a question.
Okay.
Oh, I'm still on here. It's a question that says, how can I get my partner to do more in the bedroom without hurting their feelings? Talk to them.
Is it a man or a female?
I think it's an approach. It says without hurting her feelings.
Okay, so this is what happens. Like, first of all, you got to be open. I'm sorry. Like, we all adults here. Like, if you ain't doing something I don't like, then, and that's one thing I mean by like sex. Like, you can't expect for a person to get on a bike and know how to do it or know how to pedal and know how to do all that stuff right if they've never been on a bike before. So you got to teach people how to do what you want them to do. As long as it ain't too crazy,
right,
then you good money. But you know, because whatever she not doing, guess what? That's how men work. Okay, somebody else gonna do it. That's how people work. But more so, men. Not trying to bash guys. I promise I'm not trying to do that. But you know, men are a little bit more, you know, sexual impaired. Well, I don't know. They think about sex more than women do. Okay, but
woman, because some people
but
be crazy.
but at the end of the day, like everybody got needs, and if you ain't doing what you're supposed to be doing, like I don't know what she not doing, but my mother, I remember when I was younger, and now that I go back, I understand what she was saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she was talking to somebody, I think it was one of her friends, and her friends was like, because I was young and I was around, so they didn't want to actually say the words. So she'd be like, "You better make sure you're doing that banana right." And she was like, "You better go practice or something." And I'm like, "What?" So I mean, men are not hard. They really are not. They're not hard. So you just gotta figure out, like, really. I know that was a lot, but you know what I mean.
Okay. This is gonna be. I'm gonna wrap this. This is gonna be our last question, unless you have a question, just at random. But a question:
It was.
why do people leave? And that was all it was.
Why do I leave?
Why do people? Yeah, why do you leave?
Because I get tired. I get fed up. I I give people too many chances, and that's with friendship. That's with relationships. Because just recently, I'm pretty sure y'all heard us talk about it a couple times, but we had to leave, not completely leave friendships, but we had to, emotionally detach ourselves from certain people. And it wasn't because we disliked them or we didn't love them. Sometimes when you love people, you got to leave them.
Mm-hmm.
That's just, the thing that goes along with life. And one thing we don't understand is we hold all these people. Little do we know that those people are weighing us down.
Mm-hmm.
A balloon can't fly and be free, or a bird can't fly and be free if they have all these weights on them, or if they have, things weighing them down. And like I said, it's not like we don't love them. It's just that in order to be better, you got to make room for other people.
Yeah.
And as far as the relationships is concerned, like, I left people because they wasn't meaning me no good. Like, I was giving all of this and they weren't giving me anything.
Right. My aunt
So,
said people leave for various reasons. More times than not, it's toxic and there's no growth, or both. Okay,
or both.
toxic and there's no growth. I know for me,
Mm-hmm.
for sure, like with relationships, it's like if there's no growth, and there's been times where I've held on longer than I should, and it's just like it's
Mm-hmm.
the no growth for me. It's the toxicity for me. It's the fact that we just not compatible, and we're trying to force something that's not. We're not on this level. We could be on a friendship level, but we're just not on this level of a
Mm-hmm.
relationship and trying to make this a long term thing. That's just not where we're at. And I think the forcing is what makes things so
Worse.
yeah, and it makes the breakup even longer than it should be. Instead of
Right.
you identify like this is not working for me, it's not working for me or you,
Mm-hmm.
cut the ties.
Right. And I think what happens with a lot of people, they're so comfortable and they don't want to go through the period of, dating, because dating is not fun anymore. It really isn't. And it's not easy. It's very hard. Um and nobody wants to really go through the period of trying to figure out somebody else, like, and learning other people. That's a lot. It's really a lot of work. It's a part-time job that you don't get paid for, okay?
That's what I was
Um
saying last time. That's exactly what it is. And it's sad though, because like you don't want to be in a situation just because you don't want to start a new situation. But dating is ridiculous.
yeah, and a lot of people do that.
Because the intentions aren't there for a lot of people. Like just in my own experiences, the intentions are not there. People are just not trustworthy. People are not
Mhm.
real. People have
People don't communicate, and they have, I think the worst part about it is people have too much access to other people.
mhm,
Like, and what I mean by that is you could just go on, I could just go on the phone
mhm,
and find somebody.
yeah,
It's not that hard.
mhm.
Like, and you got OnlyFans, like,
So if the
people
attention span isn't caught by this one person and they're not dedicated to this, it could be
really fast. And I have somebody that I'm cool with or whatever, and he always said, "Oh, it takes time. It could take 8 months. It could take a year." Nah, it don't take all that
he's trying to
time.
say, nah, I'm not.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Nah, it don't take all that time, because one thing about a man knows. Like,
Mhm,
us women, we can, but men are very direct.
mhm.
Okay, they can't go down 5 different streets. They gotta go down one street at a time. That's us. So they know if they want to be with that woman, they know that they want to put effort, money, time into that woman. Automatically, it don't take them all that.
Right.
So, like, it don't take a man 10, 15 years to know that he want to marry you. I'm sorry.
It
It
don't.
don't take that. And if it does, and we got about 5 kids into it, that's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And then he leave you and marry another woman within a year. That's a problem.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact. That's
So,
a fact. Um, so dating is hard. People get it together. Say your intentions. Stop playing with me.
right. If you wanna bang out, we could bang out. But if you want to actually learn, and I'm not saying bang out like that, Brittany. I'm
It
saying
came off
bang out.
like bang out
We
like
could
that.
go. We could chill. We could go to the movies. But
What
if that's
does
all
bang
you,
out mean?
if that's all you want to do, then just say that. If you just want to be friends, say that. If you want to date me to get to know me more because you expect more out of a relationship, say that. If you want to be grown folks, say that.
I said, wait.
If you want to, that's what I'm saying. If you want to be grown folks, say that. Give me the option. Give me the option to choose what I want.
Digress.
Sorry.
Breathe it out.
Okay. But that's what I'm saying. I think what people
No, I
have a
definitely feel you. I
problem.
feel
Like,
you. No, I feel you.
talk. We not 15 where you gotta, oh, I like you, and then go to the next girl, and then go to the next girl. Like that's what kids do.
Which
Like
was
we're
super toxic
adults,
as a child, but it's
right?
whatever. Anyways,
What you just say?
it?
I'm drinking my tea. It's
Okay.
sugar free.
We really appreciate the questions. The questions were really good. So if you have more questions, ask.fm. It's a link on my page, on Isha's page, on Everyday Conversations page. If you enjoyed the episode, like, love, comment, share, all the above. Anyways, thank y'all. Because we're getting back to Everyday Conversations. We was getting a little but now we back.
Yeah, this was fun. This was a fun episode.
Honestly, I can't stand when a man will say something because he thinks that is what you want to hear.
Bam. Bam.
Don't play with me.
And then you looking like, since you said it.
But then
exactly. You say it, and then you be like, oh, I'd be like, oh, I'm about to get you some flowers, girl. You look like you deserve some flowers.
I'm gonna make sure you don't never have to 2 months down the line.
Be like, where the flowers?
Where's that man at? So that's a fact too.
Yeah. Right. Very true.
Well,
and yo, if you guys want to come on, be a guest, converse with me and Brittany, we all add for it.
Anyone coming on, talking about whatever you want to talk about. If you do want a t-shirt, let us know. T-shirt or hoodies, let us know for real, because we talked about it, but we have to do like a pre-sale to see if people for real. And then we can do it. If you didn't see it already. Oh, hold on this side. And we got t-shirts too. I guess we'll probably wear it next time.
Yeah, we'll wear it next time. And if you guys have a business, let us know. Hit us up on that. Our first show is going to be Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Rennie?
Wednesday's going to drop for our Entrepreneur Wednesday. We'll have our first person, which is going to be Isha's cousin, who is also a business owner of a photography and also a clothing line. So
shout out Shaquan, Jay Jizzle, Brooks family. So,
Everyday Conversation, your girl Brittany the Boss Bitch with my girl Isha May. Peace. Yeah, have a good Sunday.
You too. Bye, Brittany. Peace. Bye.